In contemplating the most real thing that personally has impacted my outlook on society and the world around me, I have discovered the undeniable importance of an individual's ability to value another. We all have different experiences that teach us how to think of others. It could be a direct message from a parent on how to treat others, the example one gets from their peers on how they treat others, and countless other ways that life experiences infuse into our minds the way in which we should treat those around us. Personally, growing up, I had the tendency, most young children have, in that I was always watching people. When I was a kid, my dad would have to tell me to stop observing him. It was actually pretty comical because observing was something I did naturally. If I saw something I hadn't experienced in public, my first response was to look at my dad and how he reacted. I learned as I got older that being perceptive was one of my stronger suits, and found myself interested in why others chose to react the way they do in engaging with others. Fast forward to age 16, I got my first job as a barista at my home church, where I had my first encounter at serving, and in a friendly environment of familiar faces. I worked at 4 more public serving coffee shops from age 16 to 20, and then, at age 21, began working as a waitress and barista at 2 restaurants I currently still work at today. The experience I've had so far at serving the public has widely broadened my perspective on how people choose to treat another with value or choose not to. Being that each of these establishments I have worked have had a different owner, staff, and manager, I have found that the value the person has at the top, the person with most authority, like, say, the boss, has the greatest impact on the employees and how they choose to treat others with value or choose not to. For instance, I have been in environments where one can see that the value on the customer was just the pennies the establishment could acquire from their stepping into the shop. In contrast, I've also worked in environments where the customer who walked into the building is greeted by a first-name basis and given their usual beverage, where the presence of the customer is noticed as soon as they enter and by a genuine staff. It's undeniable in my experience that the value of an individual is something we learn from those around us, more specifically from those we look up to. People are what create healthy, thriving environments, and a majority of how this is accomplished starts small with the value of the individuals around us. I believe that through valuing another, it can change all kinds of environments, such as work atmospheres and the community that surrounds them. Valuing another can even change the tone on social media platforms, such as Facebook and Twitter. But the most real impact of giving one value is what it does to the human heart. When one feels heard, understood, or even just noticed, they have a greater sense of belonging.